What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is 90 Day Fiancé Season 9, Episode 4. So, child, let's start off with Bimmy and Aurelia. Now, again, y'all know way more about this couple than I do because I guess they went on 90 Day the other way, and they've had a whole situation going on with them that y'all are very familiar with. Y'all left me some comments in my chat, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that because I take all the information that I can get. But I can only cover what I know, okay? So don't be mad at me if I don't know all the ins and outs. But what I do know is they getting ready to go to America, and Bimmy is feeling some kind of way because, of course, the way things went with his sisters, he's not happy. He really doesn't want to leave with things like that, and so he asked her if it's okay if the sisters can meet them down to the airport. And I mean, what's she gonna say? No, you know. She tells him that she can't wait for them to get there because her family is gonna treat him way better than how his family treated her, and he ain't gonna have to worry about nobody throwing drinks in his face when they get to America, and yada yada yada. So they get to the airport. They get to the airport, and the sisters are there with his nieces and everything, and it's a very tearful goodbye. And the sisters made it very clear, listen, they don't like her. They said he is very naive. He's being manipulated because of the way things went down with his other child and how that happened, and he doesn't want to go through that again. And she takes advantage of that, and she said she let him know, listen, if you get over there and things not right, just know we got plain fare. I don't want you to feel like you'll have a choice. I don't want you to feel like you stuck. Baby, we can get you home. Okay, we have the plain fare to get you home. I said, I know that's right, sisters. And again, remember their parents died when they were young, and so his sisters basically raised him. And I mean, it's they're even closer because of that reason. They're even closer. So that's what it was with them, child. So then we have Emily and Kobe. Now, first of all, what y'all don't need to do is ever show me Kobe and his tidy whities again. I don't need to see all that. But anyway, they had their night at the hotel, and she was worried about them having their sexual chemistry because she's gained a little weight, he's gained a little weight, but she said he good, that they all right. They have recalibrated and they are good to go in that department. So they load up and they head on to the house, and he was like, he said he is glad that he took that day to, he is glad he took that time to spend some time with her. And he's just so excited to go see his son. I mean, he even tears up at one point and starts crying. Just so excited. He's nervous, but he's excited. They get to the house, and her parents have decorated. And it's really cool that they've decorated and welcomed him. And they've got pictures of the baby, at different stages. And he is just, again, he's overwhelmed. He said he understands that it might take a while for the baby to kind of, warm up to him, because he knows that he doesn't really know him like that. They get there, and of course, he doesn't want to come to him, but he doesn't care. He's so happy. And it's a little awkward with the parents, but they do embrace him, and they speak and everything. And, they saying they're confessional, pretty much what anybody would say. Listen, I just don't want him to hurt my daughter. Like, we're going to wait and see how things are, on a day-to-day basis. I just don't want her to get hurt, and I don't want the baby, they got a baby involved, So that was cool, everything was cool with that, So we have a new couple this episode, Patrick and Dice. Now, Patrick is 31. Patrick is a former weightlifter. He had gotten Olympic level, where he was on the National Olympic team. He didn't make it to the Olympics because he started testing positive for performance-enhancing drugs. He admits that he did it. He said he was looking for a shortcut. Now, he was married. She was a weightlifter as well. They sort of bonded. So once he no longer could do that anymore, and it was no longer his profession, they sort of didn't really have a lot left, and so they ended up getting divorced. Now, he met Dice in Brazil. He said he was there traveling. He opened up the dating app. She was there. They met, and so there's that. Now, he currently lives with his brother. He said, once he went through his divorce, he said he had this nice house, because he has a nice house. He has a good job now. And he had this house, and so he asked his brother to move in with him. They're from Boston, but I think they live in Arizona. And he said, you know, I really wanted, because he really helped me through a lot. Like, it was a dark time. I had a lot that I need, a lot to adjust to, you know, and he was there for me when I needed him. And I appreciate it. He said, and we're good. You know, we live here and we're cool. But of course, Dice is coming in a couple of days, and she don't want the brother living there. She said, listen, I don't want him there. Y'all got a whole bachelor pad thing going on. It's going to be me and you, and he going to have to find somewhere to go. But of course, Patrick is like, but that's my brother, and I really don't want him to go anywhere. Like the house is big enough for the three of us. It's not that serious. She not hearing it. She ain't here for it. We also find out that she is very controlling. Like, she got the locator app on his phone. She knows where he is at all times. And he said that he does that for her as sort of like extra security for her to make her feel good. But once she gets to America, then they're not going to be doing that anymore. Girl, boy, okay. I'm glad you think you can turn crazy off, because you can't. Anyway, I don't know that woman. I shouldn't be calling her crazy, but controlling, maybe. You can't turn that off. Anyway, so now we have Maya and Jediah. Baby, she is still not happy. She said she don't even want to unpack. Like, when I say she is ready to leave and she feel like they're not gonna be there that long, she don't even want to unpack. And he was like, you need to go ahead and unpack. Like, we're going to be here for a minute. And she was like, even my winter stuff? He was like, yeah, even your winter stuff. And so she is really not happy. And she is like, listen, this is what I don't understand. I don't understand what you don't understand. I told you I don't want to be here. I told you I don't want to live here. Why do you think I'm playing with you? Why aren't you taking me seriously? And he was like, but I keep explaining to you why we need to stay here. I keep explaining to you why we need to do this. I don't understand what you don't understand. So then they end up going shopping, because remember, the mama said that they need to do some things around the house. So they're cooking dinner that night. They go to the grocery store. Of course, everything is different, new. The United States has so many processed foods, so many pre-cooked meals, you know, that's just new for her. You know, again, get it. So they end up picking up some pre-made Alfredo that they're going to cook. And while they're out, he tells her that the band wants to get back together. Well, remember, his best friend / bandmate and her do not get along. And so she was like, well, were you going to tell me that? Like, were you going to tell me that y'all were getting back together? Where, like, because I don't like him and he don't like me. And I don't, like, you got to respect that. And she basically told him, you're going to have to choose between me or your best friend. And he was like, well, that's going to be a problem. Like, I'm not trying to choose, and that's going to be a problem. Child, that's going to be a whole mess. Then they have dinner with the mama and the stepdaddy. And baby, that food was nasty. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm sort of on their side with this one. Like, okay, the food wasn't good. That's fine. You let them know the food wasn't good. You tried to put hot sauce on it. You tried to season it up and spice it up. Listen, we have all been in a situation where we were invited to a meal that somebody else made. Well, I ain't going to say we all been, but a lot of people have. And listen, if you really care about that person, you just suck it up, buttercup, and you find a nice way of letting them know that this won't it, right? They could have found a nice way of doing that, but I feel like the mother went out of her way to try to embarrass them and basically let them know this food is nasty. It's not good. I don't like it. And I just feel like it was a nicer way that they could have done that. That's just my opinion. I just feel like there was a nicer way they could have done that. They didn't have to be so harsh about it. And of course he was upset, and so was she. And listen, I'm with them on this one. Now, I probably ain't gonna be with them on a whole lot of stuff, but on this one, I'm with them. I'm sorry, I'm with them. All right, so now we have Guillermo and Kara. Now they are out of the airport, baby. They are on their way. They are free and clear. They done got through customs and immigration, and they are good to go. And he is excited about everything. I mean, he is happy about the cows. He is happy about the hay. He is happy about the grass. You know, everything is just so different and new, and he is just enjoying all of it. They go home. They have a nice night. You know, they enjoy themselves. And the next day, he tells her he wants to get a computer. And she was like, well, that's not in our budget. And he was like, but I want one. And she said, but it's not in our budget. Like, she said, we have about $3,000 saved up. And that's supposed to, you know, help get us through the next couple of months, because you can't work. And I'm trying, you know, I'm just starting out in real estate. Yeah, she does have her little balloon situation, but I'm sure that that's not garnering a lot. And she's like, you know, we have to make it stretch. Like a computer would be damn near half our budget. Like it's just not, it doesn't make sense. Like I have a computer, you can use the computer. Like I don't even know what you need like what are you going to be doing that you need a computer for? And he said, well, I don't want to use your computer because, you know, if something happens to it or whatever, I don't want to be responsible, which I understand. But I'm with her on this one. There's no real reason for you to, if he was writing a great American novel or if he was trying to do something, that would be one thing. But the fact that you want a computer just to want a computer, like, it doesn't make sense, especially if y'all are on a tight budget. He got upset because he felt like you're just trying to control me and tell me what to do. It's my money. Well, come to find out, a whole lot of that $3,000 came from him selling a lot of his things. It came from him selling off his stuff before he left, wherever they just came from, child. And I'm like, well, I get it. I understand that you feel like, well, that's mine. She was like, but it's our money. Like, it's not your money. Yeah, I know a lot of it came from your stuff, but it's not your money. It's our money. Baby, he ain't trying to hear it. He ain't happy about it. And again, like I said, I get where she's coming from. I feel like, though, because he already feels like she's trying to control him and tell him what to do, that was the fight he decided to, that was the hill he decided to stand on. But I don't feel like that was the one for him. Like, that ain't it, bruh. Because her points are actually kind of valid in this argument. Now, you can go out and get a cheap computer. Like, you can go find a computer for a couple of $100s. But again, if y'all have a computer, like, y'all have bigger fish to fry. Like, it just, y'all have bigger fish to fry. Y'all just got better things to do with y'all money. So then we have Bilal and Sheeta. They're at the house, and of course she's still upset with him. Like, why did you trick me like that? Like, I really didn't appreciate you, you know, tricking me like that. But I mean, I'm glad that I'm living here, not there, honey. He invited the family over, his sister and his mom, to have dinner with them, so they can meet her and get to know her. So they come over to have dinner, and they ask her about his little prank, you know. And I know she felt some kind of way being put on the spot, because she was just like, well, you know, honestly, like, I wasn't happy, you know, but I didn't like the trick he played on me. And I felt like he went out of his way to embarrass her, because he was like, yeah, she was talking about, you know, that she wouldn't have wanted to live there, and like basically trying to shame her for feeling bad about wanting to live there. And like I said, hell, I wouldn't have wanted to live there either, if you want to know the truth of the matter. And let's be honest and let's be fair. Y'all said ain't nobody been living in that daggone house. Y'all ain't upgraded nothing. The ceiling was falling in. The front porch was falling apart. Like, come on, stop acting like that was, I could see if it was a decent house, because the neighborhood isn't bad. That house just needs some work. And I felt how she felt. Like, I ain't gonna rehash that, because I already said how I felt about that. But of course, the mama and the sister looking at each other some kind of way, like she wrong. So then they bring up kids. And she wants children. He's already over it. He basically don't want kids. And I'm like, well, then that's a serious conversation that y'all need to have, because, you know, you have your 2 children and she wants children, and she's already in her late 30s. I ain't saying she can't have kids after that, but she's like, listen, I need to make something happen, like, now. And I just think it's so unfair when people know they don't want children, that they put themselves in a situation with people who do want children, and vice versa. Because that's something that most people are just not going to change their mind about. Like, and it's not fair to put somebody in a position to have to do that. But I don't know. I just felt some kind of way about that, because I felt like he was trying to embarrass her and put her on the spot, because I don't feel like she was wrong in how she felt. Maybe she could have worded things a little differently, but I don't think she was wrong in how she felt. Why are my glasses so crooked? Anyway, that was pretty much the episode, child. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.